welcome to Our Family Bee. This video is for soon-to-be mamas or new mamas because we're talking baby essentials. So if you want to know exactly what you need and only what you need, then keep on watching. Hi, welcome to Our Family Bee. I'm Brigitte, and on this channel, we strive to inspire real people to love well, live wisely, and be better together. Today, I'm talking baby essentials, the absolute bare necessities of what you need, plus some tips and tricks along the way. My youngest, Brielle, is now 15 months, and so we are moving out of the new baby phase. So what I want to do before I give all of this stuff away is to tell you guys what you need, essentials, and the things that I found the most useful in that first 6 months or so. The very first thing that you will need is your baby. The second thing that you will need is diapers. Okay, this is a size 3, obviously. They're not gonna be this big in the very beginning, but I don't have any of the newborn or size 1s. So, Brielle is 15 months, she's in size 3. That's all I've got right now. You will need is wipes. I suggest you buy them in bulk or ask for them for gifts because you will go through a lot of them. We get ours from Costco. I keep them stocked in the closet, so wipes. The next thing I would suggest as an essential would be some sort of blanket or swaddle. These are 100% cotton, and I would suggest something like this because I used these to cover for one, but also as burp cloths and just to wipe up spit up and whatever else. They're really durable, very versatile, which is very important when you're trying to pare down the amount of things you have, because if you don't have a lot of space or you just don't want to buy a lot of stuff, then you want things to do double duty. So I would suggest at least a handful of these. I mean, sometimes I would go through 2 or 3 a day, and depending on how messy they got, I would just throw them in the wash and then be able to have them, but I wanted extra to be able to cover her or swaddle her or whatever. So blankets. Also, I had a couple of these like burp cloths. So when they're really tiny, they're great because you can also lay them on it, like on the bed, to change them. And that way, if they pee or whatever, it goes onto here and not onto your sheets, because you really don't want to have to do extra laundry. You're already going to be doing a lot because of the baby. So burp cloths, also versatile because you can use them as changing pads or obviously to wipe up spit and to burp them. So burp cloths. The next thing that I found very helpful that is somewhat controversial are pacifiers. Now, there are so many different kinds, and I feel like every baby is different. And so both of my kids in the very beginning, when they were newborns, liked these MAM pacifiers. They're the newborn size. Now, before I had children, I didn't even know there were different size pacifiers, but there are. So there are newborn, there's like 0 to 3 month, 3 to 6 month, 6 to 12 month, and even I think some for toddlers. But in the beginning, I liked these because this part was very short, the part that goes into their mouth, and I liked them because they're small, and I felt like they didn't knock them out of their mouth, because some of the other ones, if they have a big bulky thing like the round ones they give you at the hospital, they easily like just knock them out, and I don't know, I just never liked them. My kids didn't prefer them, but whatever works. If you decide to go the pacifier route, definitely you want a few of those. I think I had probably like 5 to 6 because I would keep some in the diaper bag, some like by the crib or the nightstand or wherever I would kind of be. Also, I suggest, it's not a necessity, but the pacifier clips, which we have like probably 5 to 7 of them, because I would keep them on the pacifiers and it made it easier to find them, especially in the car seat or if they're in their bed or whatever. Like if they drop it out of their mouth, then it makes it so much easier to find because it's on a string basically. So that I found super helpful, and that I would use all the way up till when you break them of the pacifier habit. I don't know, we do it kind of around 1.5 to 2 years old, just depends. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the button down below and make sure you check the notification bell and hit all so that you get notified every time we post a new video, which is every Tuesday and Friday. Also, check us out on Instagram at OFB Social. Come join the family. We love to connect with you guys there, see you in the comments, see your pretty faces, and check out our blog, which is ourfamilybee.com. I'm gonna list everything that I've mentioned here over there. The next thing that I found very helpful that I would say is an essential is some type of baby diaper rash cream. So there's a couple of different ones. My favorite would probably be Aquaphor, which you can find at any drugstore, and it has so many uses because it's clear, which I really liked, and it just clears up any kind of rash or redness or irritation just super quick. Somebody gave us this one, which is the Beauty Counter baby one. I also like that. And also I made my own, and I can link the website where I got this recipe from, and it worked really well. It cleared up everything. I mean, my kids don't really get really full-blown rashes, but if they get irritated or they sit in a diaper too long for some reason, or it's overnight, just putting that on a little bit would clear up any redness. They weren't sensitive to any certain type of wipe or diapers, but if your baby is very sensitive, it can be helpful to create a barrier so that they don't get irritated there. Okay, the next thing that you will absolutely need are onesies, some type of clothing to put on your baby. The rule is to dress them as you are dressed, basically. So if you're wearing like shorts and a short sleeve shirt, then they probably don't need to be in like a full-on like suit for the snow, because they're gonna get hot and overheated, and that's not good for baby. So onesies, either short sleeve or long sleeve, and definitely for at night, some type of long sleeve footie. This is obviously not a newborn size. This is for her right now, which is 15 months or 18 months. But I found the zipper ones to be like key. So when you're in the middle of the night, you do not want to be snapping and unsnapping to change the diaper. It's just not fun. And then I would just get so frustrated with the snaps, because like they just wouldn't go and I couldn't see very well, and it was so irritating. But one zipper was the way to go. So zippered footie pajamas for night. And we live in Florida, so obviously, you know, I still put them in long sleeve for nighttime because we keep it a little bit colder at night. I mean, if your house is hotter, you know, maybe you don't do the long sleeves. Long sleeve, you know, if you are in a colder climate and they're born in the winter. So dress them appropriately, use common sense. You know, sometimes I would have people double layering their babies coming in to the hospital for an exam, and it's like 90 degrees outside. I mean, that's a little overkill. So use common sense, dress them about how you are dressed. You can always throw a blanket on top of them in the car seat, or like if you're watching them, but at night you don't want to put them in a crib or some kind of bassinet with a blanket. You want to dress them covered. So that's why I would usually do the long sleeve zippered onesies and like the footie pajamas at night, because then there was nothing else in the crib for safety reasons. The other thing that you will need are socks. So especially if you're in a cold climate, you will want socks, and you can put these on at night or whenever. Like, they're just really good to have a few pairs of socks. The other thing that you will absolutely need is some place to lay your baby down. This could be a crib, it could be a bassinet, some type of flat surface that a baby is meant to go into. This will be for their naps or when they're laying down. Now, I also found it very helpful to have some type of movable place to put them. So I'll insert some pictures here, like a rock and play type thing, but I think those were recalled, so make sure you check and see if that's safe when you go to buy it. But some type of thing like that, or one of those little bouncer things. I'll insert some pictures. I don't know why I can't describe it right now. Something like that that you can move around, especially if you're downstairs or in another room and you want to keep an eye on them. So when I was like in the kitchen or when I was in the living room, like I would just want to be able to put them down somewhere because maybe I needed to go to the bathroom or something. I mean, it does happen. So you want to make sure you can put them somewhere where they are safe, that they won't fall or anything like that. So somewhere to put your baby. Another thing that I found very helpful when they were first born and in the first few months is a bin of some sort that I could put all of this stuff in. So for instance, I would have a bin upstairs and downstairs because we had 2 stories, and I would put in there diapers, and I would put in there diapers, wipes, a changing pad, but you could also use, like I said, the burp cloth or just the blanket. So I got some blankets in here, extra burp cloth, and it's a good idea sometimes to have hand sanitizer spray, or like the pump alcohol kind, because after you change the diaper, if you don't want to get up to go like wash your hands because you're tired because it's 2 in the morning, you can just do a little spritz, you know, provided your hands didn't get soiled completely. Then you can just clean it, go right back to bed after you put them down. Very key. The feedings and the diaper changing in the middle of the night need to be quick because, you know, mama needs her sleep. If you don't plan to nurse your baby, then obviously you will need bottles of some sort and formula. If you plan to nurse your baby, you probably will also need bottles because at some point you will probably be away from your baby for longer than the 3 hours, whether it's a date night or God forbid something happens to you where you cannot be with your baby to feed them, you will want to have bottles so that somebody else can feed them. So we used these type of bottles. This is a glass Tommy Tippy, and these are the Komotomo ones, which we really liked. They're silicone, and when they get to be at an age where they can kind of hold them, it's really nice because it's lightweight, not like the glasses. Brielle really liked these, especially at daycare, because she could hold them herself, which was helpful for them too. Also, don't forget a bottle brush because that makes it really easy to clean these. Definitely a must-have for me. Another item that I used a lot when Benjamin and Brielle were little is some type of carrier. So this is the Soli wrap. So it's one of those really long, kind of like the Moby. There's a bunch of different brands. It wraps around you. You can make it, you know, as big or small as you want, and it lets them sit right on you so that you can be hands-free to do stuff. I'm telling you, it's just so helpful because when they're fussy and you put them down and they're crying and you're just getting more anxious and anxious because they're crying and you're like, I don't know what to do. Sometimes they just want to be held and they want to be with you. But I don't want to hold them because, you know, maybe I need to eat lunch, or maybe I need to go to the bathroom, or maybe I just need some time to myself. Putting them in a wrap lets them sit there, they get comfortable, they go to sleep, and you know what, it lets me do whatever else I need to do. Even if it's just sitting in the chair watching TV, at least I have my hands free, I can touch things, I can be on my phone, checking out Instagram, going to OFB Social on Instagram, and joining the family. You like that? You like that? Or checking out ourfamilyb.com, which is our blog, and I can list some of this stuff over there. No, I just wanted my hands free, so definitely some kind of wrap. This for when they're smaller, and then a structured type, like I'll show you the Lily Baby or the Tula, some type of other structured carrier. That's what I use for Brielle now. I still carry her in that. It's so much easier when I need to just run into the store or run in somewhere, or I'm doing stuff around the house and she's super fussy because she's teething. I just put her on that, and now she can go on my back sometimes, so I can do stuff in front of me and she's not always trying to like reach for it. But super, super helpful. Worth the investment. Like, I've used them for both my kids. I'm actually kind of sad that Benjamin can't go in it anymore because he's 4, but I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And I would recommend, if you are able to get your hands on one, to do it. You have to wait until they're a certain size to use the structured kind, about the time when they start to sit up on their own. Otherwise, you want to keep them in some kind of soft wrap, but any type of wrap I loved. Those are the essentials, the things that I found the most useful in the first few months of having a new baby. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel and lets us know that you like this type of video. If you want more of this type of video, then leave a comment down below. Just let me know what you guys are interested in seeing. I love talking about baby stuff, and obviously I love babies. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that button right there. And if you want to see more videos by us, check them out over here. Until we meet again, don't forget, life is better together.